Hello there, good morning to you. This is Kakaaki Social Amrena Obozeghie. Now, the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has spoken amid criticism for signing the 8-point resolution that happened late on Monday, at the presidential villa. Now, he was speaking at an event yesterday, and he says absolutely nothing is too much, even though people say that that was synonymous to signing his death warrant on his own self. Now, he has said he would give anything for peace to happen in the state.
Let me say this to my dear states. I call you my dear state because the support you have shown within this period is unmeasurable. I want you to know that there is no amount that is too big to pay for peace. I'll continue to pay it. Thank you.
All right, let's have some reactions to this. Dio says he is almost in tears here, totally twisted. And then for another user on X, Afolabi says, I think he is wise. He has gotten the impeachment, which is the cause of the crisis, to be stepped down. In all, it is good for Rivers not to have the governor control the legislature. By this separation of powers and checks and balances are assured. More thoughts will be from another Twitter user at Reflections who says, Governor Sim Fubara has no choice. Bola Tinubu and Wike control the army, police, judiciary, and National Assembly. No accepting their directives means automatic loss of his position. And then this user, Olurob, says, those pushing him should know he can't win Wike. Fayose warned him before his inauguration. Now, it's still going to be about Rivers State today, so we'll continue to say that his political party, which is the People's Democratic Party, PDP, begs to differ with the position of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the political crisis rocking the state. They are particularly concerned about order number 3, which is to have the defected 27 lawmakers return to the House and be recognized as the properly constituted Rivers House of Assembly. Now, the PDP is insisting that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, must conduct elections to fill their seats, because to the party, the seats of the lawmakers who left the PDP for the APC are vacant. And then for the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, who many have said has loudly been involved in anti-party politics, the PDP says that they are coming for him very soon.
Our party therefore counsels the former members of the Rivers State House of Assembly not to be deceived by anybody giving them the false hope and impracticable assurances in Abuja or any other place that they can return to the Rivers State House of Assembly without a fresh election, or that the Independent National Electoral Commission can be stopped from conducting fresh elections. We are doing everything possible, and we are not mindful of the fact that it's not only wicked, there are other people that also have worked against this party. When we get to that level, we'll sanction everybody. So if Wike today believe is above this party, we will be able to show him that he's not above the party.
All right, let's bring in some thought here. Jimmy HQ says PDP suddenly wakes up from their long slumber. It's important they remain awake and active to hold strong this position and others in times to come. And Governor Sukwa says, this is what I have been waiting to see. Tinubu and Wike can't obtain court orders in Villa and suspend our constitution, except we are no longer practicing constitutional democracy based on our laws because only fresh election can bring back those former members to the Rivers State House of Assembly. And then Jide says the beginning of war is known, but no one knows the end. If you don't want to be controlled, use your money to buy nomination form, spend your money for campaigns and canvass the people to vote for you. If you do otherwise, you will be controlled and you will live with it. And then Sufi says, I don't know who is going to conduct the election. Is it INEC or your National Working Committee? And finally, on the proposed suspension or action that will be taken on Nyesom Wike, Omar Atta says, if una get mind, touch Wike, let's see. The PDP has been dead there to see if they would live to the expectations and, of course, what they have promised. And how soon is soon? That's what the question will usually be, because they said in due time. What time is due? Okay, so let's move away from that. It's still on Rivers State. The National Security Advisor, NSA Nuhu Ribadu, is being queried on social media for appending his signature on the 8-point directive document of the president on the Rivers State fight. Now, in case you missed it, in the next slide, you will see that the NSA was one of the parties that signed to the document that happened late Monday at the presidential villa. If we could just bring that back before we see some thought here, is one of the two. Himself and Nyesom Wike were one of the two persons that signed it red yesterday, as we presented here. But then he's been queried, what's the business of NSA? So let's see what the situation has been on the space of social media. Honorable Rewan says they also indicted NSA into their propaganda. This is shameful. I hope Nuhu Ribadu can investigate this nonsense to avoid bringing shame to the NSA's office. May Nigeria succeed? Now, it was being said, acclaimed on social media, that the document is fake, but the governor did not say anything yesterday. He only said anything for peace is just perfect. Now, Abraham says Nuhu Ribadu should have been a special advisor to the president on political matters than being an NSA. He's belittling that office to politics. And then Bello says, start learning to live with a demilitarized and democratic Nigeria. There is nothing wrong with Nuhu Ribadu as NSA getting involved in a peace process. It is his job to ensure that there is no security threat for Nigeria, politically, economically, militarily, and otherwise. But for Sanusi, he says, but that's not a peace accord. It's a siding with Wike. But security is security in whatever level and to whatever extent. But that's your thoughts right there, and that's why he was trending, besides being in Enugu yesterday to inaugurate the EFCC office. Now, to our final story, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is quoted to have said that the delay in arriving at a new minimum wage that is fair and implementable across the 36 states is caused by the ill health of the country's finances. He says he understands the concerns regarding the unveiling and how states will manage these changes, especially those with fewer resources, and that's why he had to introduce the 35,000 naira monthly provisional increase. But how have netizens been reacting to these three thoughts? And then we call it a day. Ibrahim says building a vice presidential lodge for 15 billion naira is not considering the financial health of the state. Flying around the globe with a crowd is not considering the financial health of anyone. And then Lawal says even the 35K palliatives, the promise the workers has stopped, talk less of the minimum wage. But in the next and final slide is this song by Osofia, who brought back agreement is agreement. And he says the president at this time had to fulfill the 35K naira that he has promised. Let's just have some seconds of it and then we call it a day.
Agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Without reaching for settlement, you can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Without reaching for settlement, you can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo.
All right, then, agreement is agreements. let's do what we said we would do. Now the show will continue.